retired anti-gang unit of the LAPD.
Well, most of our responsibilities are gathering information on the gang. So,
how many gangs do you have in Southwest?
well, there's about at least a dozen, maybe 12 to 20 gangs that are operating in Southwest. Black gangs, Bloods, Crips, and Hispanic gangs.
You know, it tells you what the crime was, description of the people, the suspects, and basically their MO, their modus operandi, as far as what they did and how they did it. And in the back, we have a little map of how our division and where the different crimes, at what time they occurred, and you know what areas, so we know where the problem areas are at.
What are some of the cases on the sheet?
Let me see here. We got some grand theft autos, attempt murders, shootings, robberies, home invasions.
These guys right here coming up,
Yeah.
these are members of the Street Villains gang.
It's Miguel, Albert. I don't know the other two guys.
Come on, Mike. Why are you shy?
Smokey.
Why are you being shy?
And later on, they'll be drinking here in the same alley.
So they seem like good kids, happy going, but
Yeah, don't let that appearance fool you. They control this neighborhood here, and there's probably maybe half a dozen to a dozen there, and if need be, a couple calls on their cell phone, they'll have another dozen out,
just like that.
just like that.
So you knew them by name.
Pretty much, we know every single person there by name. I've arrested a few of them a couple times.
Now what did they tell you after you arrest them for the third time, fourth time?
You know what?
318, just annoying your call, monitor the call for purpose.
3 Lincoln, Sam George, 472.
472?
He's not working. Can you read us comments on the call?
You know, you build a rapport with these people, and a lot of times they think that because they know you, you're going to give them a break. It's played with graffiti from all the surrounding gang members.
And what are some of them?
This right here on the right side, that's STV, that stands for Street Villains. That's the local Hispanic gang in this area.
What's the next one? The baseball glove?
Yeah, it's a baseball glove, and you'll see the letters RFC, that stands for Rolling 40s Crips gang. So what the baseball glove represents, it is showing 4 fingers, and the baseball is a 0, for the 4 and the 0, and that represents their gang.
So even though so I see another thing X'd out on the bottom. What's that?
Yeah, what that means, it's NHCG, that stands for Neighborhood Crips Gang. That's another way that they would call themselves. The H is crossed out there because it's their rival gang, the Hoovers. What they'll do is any letters that is the first letter of the rival gang, like an H for Hoovers, will be crossed out. If you look at the top, there's another H and a K. The H is crossed out. Hoover. The H means Hoover and the K means killers.
What's your name?
China.
China. Hi, China.
Hi, baby. Don't forget about me.
No, I won't.
I wait for him every
He
time
knows
he
you.
passes by.
Don't be shy. Camera get hurt. That's why.
Don't take that to me.
All right, ladies.
Bye.
Have a good one.
There'd be a whole bunch of shootings and a hot cup of flying around and I can't sleep.
Really? It bothers you to sleep?
Yes.
How many shootings do you hear?
A lot.
Really?
Yes.
Every night almost?
Yes.
What are the odds of someone growing up here and not being in a gang?
Well, you're looking at that 1%. The odds are really it's just tough. First of all, he ran into a couple of Street Villain gang members who, as he was riding his bike, asked him where he was from, and he said where he was from, and because they coincide in the same area, they basically just let it go. And
Otherwise, it could have ended.
it could have ended with a fight, a shooting, or something like that. But like we stated earlier, when they coincide and they don't have a major problem with each other, they usually just stay away from each other, and that's it.
And now you'll just make sure they.
And just make sure he doesn't have any warrants, and he's not. It could be a possible murder suspect or whatever. That's the gang member that asked him where he was from.
Oh.
And see, Miguel will always. He's here style of dress.
Yeah, he always knows who's here and who's.
Yeah. And way out. Yeah, we know him. He was the one that, as he was riding his bike, asked him where he was from. And he just told her that because he said, "Oh, I'm Danger from Street Vendors." That's Miguel's moniker, Danger.
Over here in the blue graffiti, that's a Hispanic gang. They're called the 4-6 Street Tokers. They came here and they graffitied 4-6 Street, and there's kind of a turf war going on with some Hispanic gangs. So they came in and graffitied, and then another gang, you see the initials SCA stands for South Central Assassins. They came here and crossed out the 4-6 Tokers graffiti.
So why do they have a turf war? Is it over drugs, guns, just pride?
A lot of it is trying to claim the streets.
What's your name? Ellen? Look for her, okay?
Do you guys see a lot of these scenes when you go out in your area? A lot of these scenes with the candles and.
Yes, it's kind of a way of people paying their respects and memorializing their family members, their loved ones.
No, it's just really sad, you know, to see that an innocent bystander gets the worst end of it.
And so she's running down the sidewalk here, so we come around,
The victim's right there.
and she ends up hiding underneath the car. We go to get her, she points a gun at us.
This is where we shoot at her. We pull in here, we get out, we get her, try to go get her, and she points the gun, and we shoot at her.
Was she hit?
No, she was hiding underneath the car pretty good, right in the middle.
And so the injunction is like a restraining order, as it were, that they are restricted in terms of the gang activity in that specific area. And so what John talked about was the service of some of those gang members on the restraining order, as it were, that they're restrained from doing this within this area for this period of time. What else happened last night? That was the only major stuff. That was major enough. Yeah?
22, Cruz and Frias. 23, Avila and Lou, they're over at Communications. 24, Pac and Zabala. Keep in mind you guys are on 24 today. 31, John and Brendy. Brendy will be a little bit late. And 32, Renee and Gil.
Yes, sir.
And Jess, as usual, is going to be on 46. And I'll echo what the lieutenant said last night. Just like we debriefed, and we came back here and we discussed it again. Last night was bitching. It was a real good thing. We didn't put a lot of people in jail, but we definitely sent a message out there. And Southwest Games knows now that no matter where they go, we're going to follow, track them down, and do what we have to do to monitor their activities.
Do you enjoy it?
Every day.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not dangerous though?
It's always dangerous. You know what? You don't think about that. You just think about the good deeds that we do. Try to help people out. And then stuff bad.
How does the community respond when you show up?
Maybe we see different sides. We see a lot of people that have a lot of support for us, very happy about us, and some people that really don't like us.
Ellie Sekbak reporting.